look who it is. Well, looky-loo. Jeff the Dude. Chef Sam Mahar Abalushi. Is that a real name? Robert Kavanaugh, what's going on? E513. Hello, Gail. McGoogle. Dutch Gravy. Kaylee Johnson. What's going on? Ninja of Spades. Is that like a black ninja? What up, Eric? Harry Love. Hello, Harry Love. Meister Bear. What's going on? Our artist dead. Hey, hey. Demon Hunter Bear. I like that name. It's a real name. He's from Oman. Well, welcome from Oman, Mahar Al-Balushi. 513 is Cincinnati. Oh, okay. Ohio. Isn't Ohio pretty much just a shithole? Or is that just Cleveland? Yo, Suburban Symbolism. Hey, Kenyan Beats. Hey, hey. Sullivan. Georgia. Oh, you're trying to give me the George Bear? No, it's not going to stick. It's not going to stick. Hello. Hello. So, in the news, looks like LA County did some kind of vote. It's all nonsense, though. They did some sort of vote to say that, like, all places need vaccination, blah, 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 to go in. And it's all so stupid. And then the article I read about it basically was like, yeah, but we can't really mandate it. So it's like they're just doing these like weird sort of appeal to authority tactics and like, you know, protocol. Oh, we did a vote. It's a 13-0 vote. It's all pressure. It's all, you can call the bluff, okay? It's all nonsense. They even tell you it's nonsense after they tell you the first headline part. They want you to look at the headline and assume that's real. It's kind of interesting to watch all of the antics and see, like, you try to isolate what people are after. And I think we mostly know what they're after. It's a couple of things. You know, the whole pandemic paradigm is like a giant beached whale that can be, the carcass of which can be fed upon by a various groups of people, individuals, companies, pharmaceutical industries, digital industries, entertainment, and like it's endless. It's like an endless beach whale. But these kind of these measures and whatnot, I have a thought that based on the trajectory and the desired outcome of the World Economic Forum and the smart city psychopaths, that doing this whole you need the V to do this, right? I have this hunch that they knew they were banking on people to not participate, and now they're surprised that they did. So it's kind of like a win-win if you're in a rotating door, a revolving door. You have investment in pharmaceuticals, jabby jabs, and you have investment in the, let's say, the BlackRock conglomerate kind of thing, the giant companies, the Whole Foods, the Amazons, the Microsoft, all the big companies that are winning from things being shut down. So what I'm saying is, if you get a bunch of people not going out and refusing and be like, I'm not doing it, I'm not going then. I'm not going to go out if it requires a V, right? To bank on at least half or more people to be like, no, I'm just not going to do that. what that does is it kills small businesses still. I mean, they could hustle and try to deliver and do all this stuff, but they're not going to outperform Amazon. So it's a win-win, because all of the measures, all of the requirements, all of this bullshit that small businesses have to deal with kills a lot of the small businesses, and the biggest companies stay open and they're fine. Well, either way, that's true if you go out and get your jabby jab and your jabby jab to go get pizza, or you don't. If you don't, then you go, well, screw them. I'm not going out to any of these places. Well, inevitably you order. If you're not fully self-sustainable, then you order. So it's a win-win from both sides of the coin from their perspective. And so I think they're actually surprised. They're like, wow, we made all these crazy measures and we wanted them to just reject it all and be like, no, I'm not participating in that. And now I'm going to be home. And then Amazon could come in and be like, yeah, cool. Yeah, you shouldn't go out. You shouldn't, don't worry. You don't have to. We'll deliver. We'll give you your little crate, your delivery drone. Don't worry about it. So you could see how these kind of events and these little games they play, you got to be careful which side you're arguing, because a lot of times they're both false. They're both advantageous to the people who are selling you this nonsense. And there's a lot of people selling it, and there's a lot of people making money, or moving and shaking and doing their thing because of it. And it's pretty obvious at this point. So it's just an interesting take, because before it was easy to just be like, no, we will unite and resist. But it just occurred to me that even that take still plays into the same outcome. It's just people winning on both sides. It's just like Dick Cheney investing in war and deciding to go to war, and also investing in the company that builds the infrastructure after the demolition happens, and that's how they operate. That's not how we operate. That's why you got to be careful and not really get too into it, because you're not playing the same game. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't position yourself that way and be like, we're going to win either way. It's like we're basically kind of watching and playing our own game in our own time with the given constraints, and watching a game of psychopaths almost compete with each other in a way, in probably more ways than compete with us. And that's why you shouldn't be demoralized, because you realize, it's a bunch of psychopaths playing with each other. And that's it. Sticky Jorts Bear, getting the V right in their D. Jim Bob, to do JLP's voice, put your tongue to the roof of your mouth and say, that's amazing. That's amazing. Do you reject God? Bay Area. Ooh, yeah, Bay Area. Kenyon Beats, $5. Thank you. If you had to learn a new trade, which one would it be? Well, I would probably pick up welding pretty easily, considering I'm a jewelry maker, so I do it at a small scale. I don't know if that counts, because I think I would pick that up very quickly. Like, I'm pretty sure whatever it takes to be a welder, I could probably do it in 2 weeks. Not like cocky, just because I know I have an understanding of what's going on with it. Other than that, it would probably be professionally hunting, like all forms of hunting, like gutting a deer, snares, bows, like actual proficiency in getting food in the wild, I think would be my chosen, if I could choose a skill to learn real quick. Is that what the Stephen Hawking thing was about? Yeah, totally. Hit the thumbs up, Elevator Bear says. Yeah, thanks. I mean, I don't know if it matters. Pursuing my certification takes a few months. Oh, in welding? Yeah, it's so cool. It's a cool job. I like that. Also, it's a thing someone can learn. Like, if you have a son, they can learn that in like 7th grade. They can start doing stick welding like real early. Like, yeah, the TIG machine, they can do all that stuff. There's so many tasks and skills that we just kind of overlooked because of our boomer parents, that are right there. They're just right there in front of us. I had to block some bear chick today, because she was like, like, I'm actually becoming more free. I used to really interact with everyone and take everyone seriously, like they're really arguing in good faith. And then I'm just learning to like block people. And I have no patience for like massive straw men. Anyway, it's this bear chick. And she was like, LOL, emoji. Do you even have chickens? It's like, I mean, could you even do what you're doing without Babylon? And like all this bullshit. And I'm like, well, first of all, if you've watched any of my streams, I never make the case that you're ever free of Babylon, because Babylon isn't a smart city. Babylon isn't the collective degeneracy of a concentrated population. I know it's easy to look at it that way. Babylon is worldliness. No one's free of Babylon, be it that Babylon is the world. You're not free of the material world. You're in it. You're not of it. That's the battle. It's not physical. It's not a physical battle. A good goal is to be less dependent on Babylon, but don't pretend you'll ever be separate from the world, which is also Babylon. You can't, and no one's ever said, I mean, I've never said that. I've never said, we gotta get fully free. There is no fully free. There's no fully free from the world, okay? There's only fully free from the world through God, through your spiritual, your moral pursuit, That's it. It's not like you don't even have chickens? No. Actually, I got my mortgage, my little rent-a-home from the bank before I even discovered Owen Benjamin or homesteading or Logos or any consideration to re-examining my theology. And so I was already embedded in it. So I'm not allowed to have chickens in the current place. That's why I work really hard and save a lot of money and try to get the land that allows for that. So, whether you're a dude or a girl, don't be coming in, oh, do you even have chickens yet? It's like there are more of us that exist that are pursuing that are pursuing the land, the chickens, the greenhouse, the community. That's a pursuit. It might take years for many of us. It might take a less amount of time for some of us. Don't judge me or anyone else based on where we're at in the moment. It's what we're pursuing, and that's the joy of it, is the pursuit of it as well. Not to sound cliche, but it's true. So why don't you shut your little mouth? Not that you're listening, but maybe you are, because I only block you on Instagram. If you hear this and you know who you are, you little biatch, why don't you shut your little pie hole? You little twat. Do you even have chickens? No. I would like them. I know it's possible. Fucking asshole. It's amazing how women could be total dicks. It's like, how do you do it? It's usually I deal with the gamma males, but it's like, what's a gamma girl? I mean, what even is that? I'd say just don't judge someone based on the amount of foul they own. Well, she was still going after me about the logosology thing, which is already over. It's like me and him talk. We chat and make fun of things together. It's like, it's over. And she's like, this is the other part I need to get off my chest, is that she was like, and the thing is, JB was really butthurt. And it's like, as if I'm not a human being with an ego, as if I'm not a human being who protects, who has a grabble sense in me that protects and feels like he owns something, that's mine, whatever. Yeah, I'm a human. The difference is, you little judgmental bitch, is that I express everything I'm going through online to you guys. I examine it. I express it. I put myself on the line. I put myself out there to be hit or to make fun or be made fun of. And so that's what I do. And I'm fine with the consequences of that. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's easier to be a Yelp reviewer of someone and be like, oh, look at him. He was actually butthurt. Yeah. Imagine every time you were butthurt over something, you put it on the internet, you did a rant about it or something. It's like, it's a vulnerable thing, and I'm fine with it. But, as if that's some like big reveal. Oh, a human being, his ego is hurt. Oh, Jim Bob's a human being that has feelings and an ego. Anyway, I forgot her name. I should have just outed her whole name. I think her name is Lisa, though. She has, Grow at Home or something as her Instagram. If you're listening, Lisa, Grow at Home. I'm not going to say it. Was it Twat Bear? Yeah, she should be called that, though. You don't chemical her. Repeal the 14th. Yeah, it's like, whatever, dude. We're all trying. We don't have all the same resources. We don't have all the same starting resources. We're not all in the same exact circumstances. Do you even have chickens? No. I don't. But there's a bear I know whose name is Tim. And he has chickens, and he lives down the street. And he said I can have some anytime. He also grows microgreens, and they're delicious. And I see him every Sunday at the farmer's market. You judgmental biatch. McKay, her insecurity came through. She's projecting a person in a healthy place wouldn't get like that with a fellow traveler. Yeah. Well, she was also being like, why are you spending time calling out the other cartoonists? It's like, grow. It's like, yeah, I can see that there's a place to call people out if they're treading on your shit. And it's like, it's already over, okay? It's fine. It's okay. But what does that have to... That's the irony, is her whole thing was like, why aren't you concentrating on growing? And I'm like, well, I am. But why don't you take your own advice? Like, what are you doing? You're just on my comment section complaining? What are you doing? She's got to be single. It could be. $3.30 for a chicken when the time comes. Is that all they cost? It's amazing. She's got to be single. I mean, I hope so, but I don't think so. But something's going on. I got to just learn to not take it personally. And I'm getting better at just blocking people and not giving people the benefit of the doubt that they're actually interested in some sort of faithful exchange. I mean, that is my biggest weakness, you guys. And it's a strength in person, though. It's a weakness online. It's a strength in person. In person, I could talk to literally anyone. I could be laughing with anybody of any ideas, background, theology, you name it. Except for like a pedophile. I wouldn't be laughing. Do you even have 2 acres of land? I mean, do you even have... do you even lift, bruh? I mean, do you even lift? I don't know how much chickens cost. I mean, it's probably the right amount. A chick? I bet a chick is less than $3. How much do I bench? I don't bench. I lift my kids. They don't weigh much. JB is the new BB. No, I'm not. I'm not the BB. I could never be Owen. Owen could never be me. I'm a micro BB. If anything, I'm a little bear. I'm like Hobbit Bear. He. Looking pretty bush league. Yeah, I'm looking for a groomer. Need someone to cut my hair, trim my beard. There it is, Hobbit Bear. I can't ever be a bear because I'm just Jim Bob. I've always been Jim Bob. It just doesn't work. Let it ride? I don't think so. It just gets a lot of food and shit in it. And it's just like, I don't want to. It's like enough to shampoo my hair in the shower. It's like, you know, having a giant beard, it's like you have 2 heads of hair. It's like, I don't want to do that. Do you even know how to make a guitar? It's like you're talking about how much you like guitars and like the craftsmanship of it. It's like, do you even have a luthier studio? Do you even have a deer sausage processor machine? You're such a LARPer, Jim Bob. Do you even make your own Jeep tires? I'm tired of this, Jim Bob. I mean, yeah. Are you even off Babylon? Like completely off Babylon? Do you even know how to like sew 1,200 thread count sheets? It's like... Do you think Shapiro could grow a beard? Probably. I feel like most Jews can grow a beard. It's a weird, I mean, I'm not one to talk. It's borderline puby, but Jewish people have particularly puby beards. So I don't think it's a good idea, but I bet he can grow one. I can definitely grow one. I don't have to prove anything to you. I don't have to prove anything to you. Do you think you have multiple personality disorder? No. I just have one personality with a lot of different personalities. Simple. Do you even have a slaughterhouse? Do you even lay eggs? Exactly. Kenyon Beats, $2. Dr. Peterson, can you explain what a gamma male is? Well, the term, I believe, comes from a social sexual hierarchical system that I'm not sure, but is associated with a man named Vox, who is a reprehensible human being who wrote a terrible book about me, you know? It's like when I was at the top of my game, you know? He had to go ahead and make Jordanetics, you know? And it's like... Anyway, the gamma male is basically, you know, the whiny type, you know? The one, you know, it's almost like a form of narcissism where nothing is your fault, you know? It's always someone else's fault. I would say that is the epitome of the gamma, you know? Try a black barbershop? No way. They have the worst haircuts. Brett, grow a beard for me. Brett. I have a new proposition for you. Shapiro would have Brett grow a beard, shave it, then glue it to his face. I mean, can you even tell? I bet you can't even tell from like 6 feet apart. You're supposed to be 6 feet apart, by the way. If you want to get back to normal, 6 feet apart, inject yourself. Thugs. Facts and logic, gang. Vax and logic. If you want to get back to normal, vax and logic, folks. Jordan Doubtfire. Do you want to have a boy? Yeah, I want to have a boy son. That's the only kind of boy sons there are. Yeah, I would love a boy. Facts don't care about your feelings. Hey, Ben, can BG borrow Brett to work on a few car-related? No. It's a free market. You know, he's on retainer. Brett is on retainer. You know, there are plenty of fish in the sea. I mean, that's even another app that I used to find people. You know, I use Grindr. I would say Grindr is like the top quality one. If you want to find other men who are skilled at things and want to trade, you know, their skill for money, I would say Grindr is you know, it's probably the best name. It's probably got the best branding, you know, and it's like, it's most functional for sure because, you know, it's in proximity. It's like you can find a Grindr man like literally a block away. It's like, do I need a man? And for what? Boom. Done. Right on my phone. Vax don't care about your feelings, folks. What are your thoughts on Alex Jones? Or thoughts about him being? I don't think he's Bill Hicks. But I guess it's possible. Chimera Farms. They have the same level of intensity, though. Bill Hicks was so mad at everybody, though. Why do you think Bill Gates is so quiet? Right now, you mean like in the public? I don't know. Who knows? He probably just did his job. It's just like, you know, you were in Act 1. You were great in Act 1. He's like, thank you. I always wanted to be an actor.
Yeah? Well, act like a man.
Okay, Melinda. Easy for you to say. Do you believe Israel is our greatest ally?
Yeah, I mean, they are our greatest ally. I mean, you know, our support, our relationship, you know, our relationship to Israel is not only biblical, but it is perhaps one of the best relationships to pursue and to justify ongoing conflict all around the world. I mean, there's no better gig.
Bill Gates said all unvaccinated to have their Social Security. Well, I mean, that's kind of redundant because it's non-existent anyway. Actors only serve the beast and its narrative at highly specific times. Yeah. Yeah, they play their little role and then they go in the back seat, you know. Go on the shelf. It's like Toy Story. They just, you know, put them on the shelf. You know, pull their string, their little voice box string when they're ready again. Do I play video games? No. I used to play video games way back when, but I have too many creative things going on in my mind to just be completely just like looking at a screen. Like, I feel like it's a weird form of control, you know? Plus, I'm a grown man. I'm like 40. It's like when you see people like the amazing Lucinda being like, we got to do something about conservatism. And then he has like panties on his face. And then he's like, hey guys, you want to watch me play video games for 3 hours? We're going to take back traditional conservatism. I'm a black conservative. Watch me play video games for 3 hours. You hear that, Lucinda? $40. Yeah, 40. That's correct.
I may not agree with what you say, but I will send 50 men to fight for your right to say it.
That's hilarious. That's a great meme right there. Not even men.
I will send 50 teenage boys.
Dennis Prager is Shapiro's father. He is. He in Star Wars, Dennis Prager is Darth Vader. Ben, I am your father.
No!
Jacinda, when do you think we can get back to normal?
We can get back to normal when everyone is negative. When everyone is tested and everyone is negative. Negative! We're pursuing our safety. What we want is everyone's safety.
Botched it there. Hey, Machine Bear. Are you a machinist?
Jacinda, negative. New Zealand is negative. Negative. Negative.
I laugh every time Jordan responds to Chewbacca.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to just make a sound, you know? It's like, you know, way to not be responsible for being in direct communication. And it is your responsibility to be understood. It's not someone else's job to decipher what you're saying and what you mean. It's part of being alive. You've got to get yourself together.
It's like, Jordan's so emotional. I saw a meme the other day. It was like, being alive is a terrible responsibility. You're like, why do you have to go down with it? No, it's not a terrible responsibility. It's a glorious, miraculous opportunity. Being alive is a terrible responsibility. It's awful. Tremendous. Everything I say it gives existence a tremendous weight. What I'm doing is I'm selling you unbearable weight. And then I give you the remedy. It's an awful responsibility what we've got here. That's why I created the self-authoring suite. To lighten some of the weight of your existence. JP on a roller. Why is the page faces of the vaccinated talking? I don't know. I looked them up and they didn't exist. But I don't know. What is he saying? I mean, I stopped following him when he got a little pornographic with his posts. And I was like, all right, I get it. But I mean, if he has something to say, just tag me in it and say it directly. Anyone who doesn't do that is automatically a bitch boy. So, I mean, what is he saying? I don't really care. I mean, whatever. What do? You take existing pictures of vaccinated people? Whatever. He probably blocked me. Yeah, I don't know what there is to say about me. I mean, what does a guy who takes photos of vaccinated people have to say about anything? I mean, he has a kind of a unique page, but he probably just should have had the page up and not been the person of the page, because I don't think anyone really cares about what you're saying. Just post the pictures. It's a funny account. Keep it what it is. Stop talking. He blocked you as well because I wouldn't answer his 50 questions. Yeah, he's got his own power trip going on. But yeah, if you have anything to say, maybe unblock me and say it to my face. Unless you're also Lisa. Are you Lisa, by the way? Maybe Faces of the Unvaccinated is Lisa. I thought it was a one-off joke and he just took it as a job. Yeah, I mean, whatever. He's irrelevant. Jim Bob, call your local tax office and ask if they have auctions of tax defaulted properties. That's how I got my place. That's a really interesting idea. Do those automatically go to, all the big, real estate places? Do you know? I'll look that up though. Local tax. So I'm gonna just take a screenshot. Thanks for that, Gypsy 2007. You should do TikToks. Yeah, I got a TikTok account. I think I'll just do short edited impressions and stuff. I don't know. I'm not really drawn to it. I'm really focused and excited about Unauthorized and how to produce and do some cool animation and unique exclusive stuff for that site. That kind of excites me. If I can use TikTok to help that platform, I think I'll do it. But when I get a new opportunity, I really like to focus right on it. So he blocked you for the same reason, Jimmy James? Yeah, he sounds like a little bitch boy. I mean, I watched one live stream and I was like, not interesting. He's the type of guy, though, just from what I saw in his live stream, it's similar to the trad guy, where it's like, you're not woke or based enough. And it's like, It's the guy who's always just constantly looking for some. It's like nothing about building. It's always just like some other thing that's, it's like, no, he's not. I mean, it's basically Lisa. It's like the version of Lisa where it's like, do you even what? Do I even post pictures of vaccinated people? No, I don't. I draw stuff. He's probably vaccinated. That's hilarious. Someone DM me if I'm going to start doing gay TikTok nurse dances. I'm going to buy myself a nurse outfit and I'm just going to do nurse dances. I'm going to become the most popular not nurse on TikTok. He told me I wasn't base because I only had 3 kids. He doesn't have a child yet. Yeah. He's really, what he's dealing with, and I have compassion for, is he doesn't have a skill. He's not noticed for his fruits or his labor. So he has this page up and he's getting a lot of attention for it. And it's like an actor. Look at it this way. You know, these actors, they get paid shit tons of money to say other people's lines. And then at some point they're like, I want to really make a difference. And that's a human thing. No one should be, diminished for wanting to make a difference in the world in their unique God-given way. I have a feeling that God's gift to unvaccinated guy is not to create a page of the vaccinated, faces of the vaccinated. That's not God's gift. And so when you if you're not known for your fruits and what you make in the world and your expression and your energies, if you're not known by your personhood, it's very frustrating. And so just like an actor who says other people's lines their whole life and they're known for it, they're actually getting accolades for something they don't generate themselves. And so it's got to be very suffocating. And so what you do is you have to lash out, or you have to, in the actor's case, they become part of some NGO, or they become a spokesperson for something, or they get into philanthropy and all these other ways of counteracting that lack of identity with what they're making. And the fulfillment that's required, especially for a man, to have a day where you create, you make, you work, you labor, and you see the fruits of your labor, and people know you by your name. Your name, by the way, is faces of the vaccinated. Your name? I don't think so. So it's understandable that he's a little bitch about it. So I have compassion because I see what's likely there, and that's all. I think it's accurate. But again, I'm just spitballing. I think I'm right though. I think that's what it's lashing out. It's looking at other men who do things in the world and going, hey, you're not really down. And it's all projection, and really you're left with, oh shit, I'm about to be a father, and what I have going for me, how people relate to me in the world, is I have a page where I put pornographic pictures of vaccinated people up. Now, imagine what that's got to be like. I unfollowed that account when he started doing, he's not very, he's got things to do. He's got more growth to happen. He founded his own church. Is that the guy who founded his own church? I don't know, man. Yeah, but actors and YouTubers are useless attention. Not all YouTubers, not all speakers are useless attention seekers. I mean, there are people who do YouTube summaries that are very useful. There's people who teach from YouTube. I learned almost everything from guitar from YouTube, aside from my teacher, Brett. His name is really Brett, by the way. But I know what you mean. I think generally what you're pointing to is true. Based on who I think you're categorizing, but I wouldn't put that in absolutes, because there's people who use YouTube. I mean, I use YouTube. I think it's useful to make people laugh and feel not alone, make them feel like they're not crazy. But I think I know what you're talking about. He would have some words to say with me. I have 5 and 1 on the way. Well, I mean, I mean, if you have to block the people you're talking about, it's like, I can't even find you. It's like, why don't you tell me what I did?
Faces of the vaccinated. I started Faces of the Vaccinated. I'm based. I started. You ever catch a rattler? You ever catch a wallaby? You're not based, Jim Bob. You ever catch a wallaby? You're not based. I started Faces of the Vaccinated. I'm based. Look at this picture of this vaccinated person. Jim Bob. Here? You ever catch a pit viper? Huh? You ever crawl into the den of snakes? Huh? You're not based, Jim Bob. You're not based. Get the Vicks.
He's probably a vaccine pusher. Instagram is full of people who think they are famous for stolen memes. It's true. I'm one of those people. He's pretty extreme with people who had sex out of wedlock. Yeah, well, he's a judgmental person. So, you know,
If you think you're God because you started a Faces of the Vaccinated, you're not. I'm based.
no, you're gay. And you're mad about it. You hear that, Faces of the Vaccinated? You gay Australian whiner. You wanker. You puffer. Just try to search Faces of the Vaccinated. I think he got taken down, probably. Because I searched it on Megan's phone, too. Unless he blocked her, and then he blocked you. I mean, that would be weird. If it's like, can't be found by anybody. Oh, is it South Africa? Oh, sorry. I gotta be more distinct.
South Africa. South Africa. You're not based, Jim Bob. You're not from South Africa. They're trying to kill all the whites here.
Whatever. Probably has a black wife. His page is basically asses of the vaccinated, pretty much. Yeah, I only needed to see one thing there, and I was like, okay, I see what he's doing. It's like, how far can you take Faces of the Vaccinated? You have to go extreme. You have to go full extreme. There's nowhere else to go. Narrow Gate Church is his online church. Oh, man, Narrow Gate. That sounds like a headline waiting to happen. Am I right?
South Africa? Well, horrible news today in South Africa. It looks like a private cult-like church drank a bunch of Kool-Aid.
Yeah!
Some say Kool-Aid.
Yeah!
Your South African sounds Australian. Yeah, it's all the same to me. I can't distinguish any difference.
South Africa? South Africa.
Anyway, I gotta go. I'll keep you posted about Unauthorized. We'll do like a proper launch, I think. I'm working on an animation for it specifically. Other than that, thank you guys for your donations. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the people who bought paintings, who want paintings, who will buy paintings. Thank you for people who bought Savage Memes Volume 3 and all of that. I appreciate you, and it's a fun time right now. All right, see you guys.
You're not based, Jim Bob.
watch him buy.